I'm having way too much fun with this remote that came with that tripod that I was using earlier. Or not the last video, but some of the videos before. Anyways, welcome to December 15th, 2020. And today we're going to talk about the Wii.
Talk about the Wii. The Wii.
So this is my original Wii. I've had this since May 2009, actually. I was in 7th grade, I do believe. Yeah, 7th grade at the time. It was near the end of the school year. And, my parents, they were separated, early on in my life. And my mom was picking me up, I think it was on a Friday. And she randomly told me that she got a Wii, basically. Actually, she got two of them. She got one for the household and one for me specifically. So it was a very exciting time. And for a month at least, I had only one game. And that was the launch title, Wii Sports, obviously. Its original, weird sleeve envelope kind of thing it comes in, unlike all the other games I have in my collection. But yeah, and I'll go over my personal memories with all the other games as we go through them. But we might as well get started because it's gonna be we got quite a collection to get through here. It's just like my PS2 collection. This collection's pretty big. I've had the Wii longer than the PS2, but this collection's still smaller than the PS2, but not by much. I think it's probably close, actually. So let's get started, shall we? Actually, I guess one more thing I'd like to say is about my Wii console itself. It still works this very day, and I mostly admittedly use it to play GameCube games, but otherwise, with the Wii U obviously replacing it essentially once I got it back in the day. There's not really much use to the Wii itself besides just playing Wii or GameCube games. It's a way to play GameCube games in higher quality, sort of, just a little bit, through component instead of composite. But my Wii still works this very day, 11 years later. But what it'll do sometimes is that sometimes when I plug it into the wall, it doesn't register, the power or something. Because the light, it's supposed to turn yellow, or actually not yellow, red. It starts off red as soon as you plug it in. And then it'll be yellow when it's on sleep mode. It doesn't come on sometimes when I plug in the console. So you'll have to unplug it for a little while and then plug it back in and then hope that it will register the power. So it still works, but only kind of, basically. Sometimes it has trouble registering the power. And I think that might be because it might have been exposed to some surges or something a few years ago, specifically in college, because that's when the issue started. So anyways, let's get into the games now. First of all, we have not a very good one. We have Action Girls Racing with a Z. That's how stupid the title is. But this is the reason why this game is so ridiculous is because of this right here on the back. Can you see that? That is the Data Design Interactive logo. Data Design Interactive is one of the, if not the most infamous developers for the Wii. Their games essentially come down to very poor quality PS2 ports. Essentially, most of the games that they put out on the Wii were PS2 ports, like older, 2004 per se PS2 games, and they suck. They're really terrible. Sometimes almost unplayable, essentially. But that's what they do. They were extremely lazy. Their goal is to make budget games that people could, people buy simply because of the fact that they're cheaper, not so much that they have better quality. So that's unfortunately one of their games, and it sucks. It's very much trying to be Mario Kart and failing spectacularly at it. Next up, we have one of the Avatar games. This is the Burning Earth, which is, I believe, the second of the three games, basically. Because this is based off the Book 2 Earth, so I'm pretty sure, this is the second game. And then we have the third game in the Avatar series, Into the Inferno, which is based on Book 3, Fire. It's kind of for someone who hasn't watched the show in full, so at some point I will, and then I'll get to the video games for you guys. I know Pie Guy did them recently, and I watched some of his Book 1 Let's Play, but I didn't want to spoil the rest of the games for myself, I guess, but I just wanted to see what they look like, basically. Next up, we have one of my better-known games on the system. We have Barnyard. Did a Let's Play this as a revisit last year in the fall, and it was a lot of fun. Don't expect me to LP the PS2 version, but whenever I do live streams, eventually I'll live stream PS2 version. What the hell? Next up, we have B-movie game on the Wii, of course, because you got to have the Wii version if you're going to have the PS2 version. Yeah, the PS2 was so good that it lasted through the entire lifespan of the GameCube and onward into most of the Wii's lifespan as well. Actually, the entire Wii's lifespan as well. So you got games from the PS2 on the Wii and games from the PS2 on the GameCube as well. So that's some of the things you'll see in this collection. Next, we have Carnival games. One of the early party games for the system. Yeah, 2006. Yeah, that's the first year the Wii was out, actually. So it's one of the more well-known titles of that time. Next up, we have Cars Race-O-Rama. Don't know what this is about, but the graphics look pretty similar to the original Cars game. I don't know what this will be about, but it came out a year after the original game. But from what I can see just from the screenshots, it looks like some of it might be, some of the map might be reused from the original Cars game. Next up, we have Crash Mind Over Mutant. This was technically the last Crash game we had before they came back with Insane Trilogy in 2017. This game came out in 2008. So yeah, Crash basically went on a 9-year hibernation essentially after this game because it wasn't doing so well. I don't know how I feel about the game itself because I haven't played it yet. But we have one of the better known titles in the system. We have Donkey Kong Country Returns. Very much looking forward to getting around to this game. Well, I kind of have it a few times, but kind of stopped like halfway through. I'm just not getting into it as well as I could be. I mean, like I have recently completed the original trilogy on the Super Nintendo, so that probably gives me a better chance of getting into it now. But who knows? Next up, we have Epic Mickey, another well-known licensed title on the system. And from what I've heard, the game is just okay. It's not bad, but it's not incredible. I mean, it's got best Wii games stapled on the back of it, but well, not stapled, but like just written on the back. So, yeah, I don't know what to think of it quite yet. I played a little bit of it, like the first level, and I'm still not sure how to feel about it, but it's been a few years, so who knows. And then 2012, we had a sequel, Epic Mickey Power of 2, but this was actually more better known as a launch title on the Wii U. So, as you can imagine, I just had to own, it on both systems. Next up we have, oh boy. Anytime a game has great in the title is not a good sign. This is Family Party 30 Great Games Outdoor Fun. I admittedly have not played this yet, but I did see the Wii Viewers review of this game, and I'm not looking forward to trying it whenever I do get around to it. But I'm sure I'll do it for you guys. Same goes for this one, Frou Frou Park. Another minigame collection that is probably in the similar vein as 30 Great Games. But I don't know for sure, so I'm just guessing. Next up we have Game Party. I think this is one of the, I can't remember if it was this one or the third one that I picked up because I saw it in the budget aisle in Walmart. Like it was like, I don't remember how much it was, like $5 to $10 or something. It was very cheap. But this one was developed by Midway, which is another one of the more infamous developers for the Wii, but I don't know. then obviously there was Game Party 2. I don't have that, but I have Game Party 3. So all these games are basically mini game collections or party games or whatever you want to call them. So not much new to say about those. Next up we have Happy Feet 2. I remember when I picked up this game at GameStop, I actually posted a picture of it to my Facebook page, along with a few other games. One of them was Metroid Prime 3, and there was a third game as well. But I remember posting a picture of it saying that these were future Let's Plays, and finally I got around to doing Happy Feet 2 back in 2015 in the fall when I was doing Metroid Prime 2. So, yeah. So, fun fact with that one. But those of you who didn't see that Let's Play, basically the game is okay. It's not that spectacular. Next up we have Ice Age 2 The Meltdown, based on the 2006 sequel to the original movie. Haven't played it yet, so nothing to say on that. But I do have a lot to say with Kirby's Epic Yarn, because as you know I did Let's Play this back in 2016, and I also played it when it originally came out, and I had a lot of fun with it, and I still think it's a great game to this day. I honestly prefer this over playing the 3DS remake that came out recently, because it just doesn't look as good on the 3DS, like nowhere near as good as it does on the Wii. which is a shame, but still. It would be nice to play the game on the go, but that's probably their reason for not porting it to Switch, which I still hope they do eventually, like port all these Wii games, including Kirby's Return to Dreamland, which I did a blind let's play back in January 2012. I picked up this game shortly after its release, and I believe this is the only game, like this is the closest I've ever came to LPing a game directly after its release, basically. Because all of the games I've Let's Played have been at least like 5 or so years old. Next up we have Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition, although I don't have all the fancy bells and whistles that this comes with, like the box and the, like there's supposed to be artwork or something that comes with it. I don't know. But yeah, unfortunately I don't have the actual special edition, but I do have like all the other stuff that comes with it, like the soundtrack disc and the game itself, obviously. But it's nice to have like this collection of 6 Kirby games on it. But I'm still very disappointed by the fact that Kirby's Dream Land and Kirby's Dream Land 2 are in black and white, even though like there exist color versions of them on the Super Game Boy. So why not put the color versions on Kirby's Dream Collection? I don't know why. That's the biggest problem with it, honestly, is with those 2 titles, they have to play in black and white. It doesn't give you the option to colorize them. It's really stupid, but whatever. Kung Fu Panda Legendary Warriors. This is not, I don't think this follows the events of the movie. I'm pretty sure it takes place after the movie. But, yeah, the first movie is pretty awesome. And I do have the DS version, and actually it links to the Nintendo DS game, so, as it says on there. I keep forgetting where the camera is on this thing, but yeah. Next up we have, oh boy, one of the big launch titles for the system. It's available on the GameCube as well. Twilight Princess. Now, I've heard that the Wii version is actually mirrored. Like, the whole world is mirrored compared to the GameCube version. Also, there's some, like, some motion controls added in and whatnot. With it being, you know, obviously, having to add motion controls because it's a launch title of the Wii, and that was its main gimmick. And also the fact that it's in widescreen, which is a good thing, but, yeah. Again, nothing to say since I haven't played it yet. Not the Wii or GameCube version, at least. Next up we have Zelda Skyward Sword. Also haven't played this yet, but I heard that, you know, and this is a potential blind Let's Play in the future, but I have heard that this game was put very, like, first at the beginning of the Zelda timeline, basically, because of, like, certain aspects of it. But, I'm sure we'll learn more as time goes on. Yeah, it comes with a soundtrack, too, like a soundtrack disc with some old Zelda games. Because this came out during the 25th anniversary of the Zelda series. I'm so excited for Zelda 3D All-Stars next year, you know? I'm so looking forward to it. Because it's going to be the 35th anniversary. Oh, boy. Next up, we have Madagascar Escape to Africa. Based off the sequel. As I mentioned, PS2 version, PS2 collection, I haven't played it yet, so. But this is kind of interesting. Madagascar Karts. They made a kart racing game off the Madagascar universe. Like, what the heck? I also don't know what to think about this. I mean, like, yeah, I remember there's the vehicle in Madagascar Escape to Africa, but, like, otherwise, there's not... I mean, there's... Well, no, because that was the... Well, I mean, like, they have the carts in the zoo, but that's kind of stretching it, because we didn't see a lot of those until the TV show, but here, yeah. And we also got to Madagascar 3, the video game, based off the 3rd movie. I don't think I have it on PS2. I can't remember if I had that in my collection or not. Can't remember from the video or whatever. Oh boy, this case is in poor condition. But nevertheless, it is Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, the very first one. Very interesting series that I haven't played yet, but I've heard most of them are okay or subpar. So, whatever. We'll find out sooner or later. And then we have the second one, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, based off the 2010 Olympics, yeah. But it's released in 2009. So, I mean, I guess there's still a certain novelty to these games with it being, you know, Mario and Sonic actually, you know, fighting, competing for once, and having been rivals for throughout the 90s and 80s, or 90s specifically. Next up, we have Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games. This, because of the fact that the spine is yellow, it kind of, it stands out in my collection. So, just like a certain other game we'll be getting to eventually. Next up, we have another one of the best titles on the system. We have Mario Kart Wii, and I'm pretty sure this is the best-selling game on the system behind Wii Sports. So, yeah, this one made quite an impression, and it is still one of the best entries of the franchise out there. I remember, actually recently I was talking to Yoshi Fan 2012 and Ultra 64 Fan 1, and they were talking about, like, there's a hack of the game or something like that, or not like a hack, but like a mod of sorts. Yeah, it's called CTGP Revolution, if you haven't heard of it. It's basically like a mod on that takes advantage of an exploit on the Wii U's browser, basically. So, either way, it basically adds like about 300 courses to the game. Fan custom-made courses, basically. So, there's a lot of modding going on with this game nowadays, so it's definitely worth going back to it just for that. Next up, we have Mario Party 8. So the Wii has Mario Party 8 and 9, and don't know much about I shouldn't say don't know much about, but like I do know quite a bit about Mario Party games. I played a few of them, but not a lot of experience with the Wii titles. So this is number 9 right here, released back in 2012. Probably future Night We Play thing of sorts. Okay, next up we have a new play control title here. We have Mario Power Tennis. Now, I don't have the original GameCube version, but I do have a lot of memories associated with it. When I was like, I used to love Mario Power Tennis on the GameCube growing up. I don't know why I don't play it. I mean, like I don't play it because I don't have it, but like, playing it on the Wii again. I mean, like I still play just to see that cutscene, that opening cutscene with Wario and Waluigi. That's still pretty awesome to this day. But I'm just not as good at the game as I remember, honestly. Like I'm sure it'll just take a lot of practice and I'll eventually get good at it. But yeah, for now I'm not as good as I remember it being. I was a lot better. Well, I'm just not as good at the game basically as I used to be. Next up, we have Mario Strikers Charge, basically a soccer-like game of sorts. So. Not much else to say about it because I haven't played it yet, but looks pretty interesting. I think the original is on the GameCube. It's called Super Mario Strikers, and this is Mario Strikers Charged. I don't know if I said the correct title the first time, but yeah, it's Mario Strikers Charged. Okay, next up we have one of my favorite games on the system. We have Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. I did a blind Let's Play this to end off the doing a blind Let's Play of the entire trilogy back in 2016, early 2017. And I still love this game to this very day. It's my favorite out of the entire trilogy. You know, for me, the trilogy just kept getting better. So, and I still love the first game too. So, make it that what you will. But yeah, Retro Studios did an amazing job with this. And so, a couple of years later, they released a collection or compilation of the entire trilogy called Metroid Prime Trilogy, and this is the collector's edition. So you got all 3 games with the new Wii controls. And in widescreen, you also got like these like comes in the metal packaging. Obviously, we got special art for the series and whatnot. And it's a blast. So I very much look forward to playing this like every single year. All right. Next up, we have a rather infamous title in the Metroid series, Metroid Other M. As if you were expecting any other game, because it's the only other Metroid game on the Wii. But yeah, I started playing this. I went through like the first area, and I could not get into this. It's just not what I remember. At some point, I will delve deeper into it, but in the meantime, I just don't feel like playing it casually, honestly. Oh boy. Next up, we have Neighborhood Games. This game sucks. I'm sorry, but it just does. I'm sure I'm not offending a lot of people when I say that, but yeah, this sucks. I do honestly hate that game, like where you're like throwing. It doesn't mention it, but there's a mini game in here where you're actually hitting like animals with rocks or something. Like it's freaking terrible. And all the other mini games on it are just unremarkable at best, but otherwise they're just. it's just so stupid. We put animal abuse in the game. It's just so unnecessary like that. It's just not cool. And next up, we have new Carnival games, a sequel of sorts to Carnival games that they put out in 2010, I think. Yeah, 2010. So I don't know what to think of this quite yet because I don't have much to think about the original. So moving on. Oh boy, a lot of fun memories with this title. We have New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Now I know people kind of look down on the New Super Mario Bros. Series in general because of like how unoriginal or uninspired the gameplay is. Like, it's still good. Obviously, it's Mario, but like, yeah, I know a lot of people look down on it. But I honestly loved the console game specifically. Like, I like the original, and I love New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and I love New Super Mario Bros. U. But the main reason I love these games specifically is because of the fact that they were perfect for casual gamers enough that they got my dad to play this. Like, my dad actually loves this game. And, like, he has been able to play it for years now because he doesn't own a Wii. He only owns a Switch. But back in 2010, I remember playing this game with my dad, like, all the time. So just for the fact that I was able to play this with my dad, we both had fun with it, that already means a lot. And that's not even talking about the memories I've had with We playing this game. Like, we're still eventually going to do a co-op LP of this game, and I'm very much looking forward to that, too. So I honestly cannot praise New Super Mario Bros. Wii enough for just how fun of a game it is to play with other people, honestly. And even by itself, it's also fun, too. I completed it, like, at least twice now. Next up, we have Nicktoons Attack of the Toy Bots. This is one of the more recent games. Well, not recent, per se. Oh, no, it's not. Definitely not 2007. Definitely not recent at all. Where have the years gone? Oh, boy. One of, if not the most hated games on the Wii, Ninja Breadman. And I honestly can't disagree with the hatred towards this game because it is really bad. I LP'd this game back in 2013 and tried to make the game seem a little better because the fact that you actually don't have to you don't have to utilize the motion controls as much as you have to, but regardless, the fact is they still suck. The game wants you to use the motion controls, but the motion controls are so terrible, and I'm just thankful that somehow, for whatever reason, they put in ways around those motion controls, but I'm thankful for it regardless. Oh, crap. I had a game fall in the pile or something. It's like sticky. Yeah, like something sticky on this one. On the back it's from those stupid GameStop stickers. You can never get rid of the adhesive that remains from it. Next up, we have Okami. The only reason I looked into this game is because of Chugging Conroy, okay? So you can thank him for that, but I haven't played it yet, and I'm trying to decide like whether, because there's 3 versions of it out now. There's the original PS2 version, there's the Wii version, and there's the HD remaster that was put out on the PS4. Honestly, not sure where to start, whether it be on just any of those 3 platforms. So I'm sure it's gonna be an excellent game. It'd be like playing a Zelda game, but still, I just don't feel like playing it quite yet. Who knows? Oh boy! Next up, we have Pikmin 2, one of my favorite games of all time. And playing with the new Wii controls, it's kind of interesting. I wouldn't call it. I honestly still prefer the GameCube controls, honestly, as weird as it is. I don't find the pointer controls to be that intuitive, but it's still a fun way to play the game, okay? I'll still acknowledge that it's a great way to play it. I'm sure for new players, I honestly actually recommend the Wii controls, but who knows? So I think it's just a personal thing for me. Next up, we have Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure. I mean, it's a video game that stars Pikachu, so how could you not like it? Yeah, this case is pretty dirty, so it's gonna need some cleaning at some point. Next up, we have Raving Rabbids Travel in Time. So yeah, a lot of games based off the Rabbids, and they all started during the beginning of the Wii era. So as you can probably imagine, a lot of shoehorn motion controls in there. But this is 2010, so it's one of the later titles, so who knows, maybe it's not as bad there. Rayman Origins, the main Rayman game of the 7th generation, so not much more to it than that. 2011. That was actually later in the 7th generation. Rayman Raving Rabbids. I believe this is the first game to feature the Rabbids, so they basically gradually took over the games and became their own franchise. So, yeah, you know where that goes. We got the sequel, Rayman Raving Rabbids 2, because they were so popular the first time. Why not make a second game? Okay. Next up we have Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I believe this is a minigame collection based off the special it's based off. It's developed by Red Wagon Games. I don't know who that is. But yeah, it's I believe, I could be wrong though. I'm pretty sure maybe there's more to it than that. Oh no, it's actually a platformer. Interesting. 25 levels of platforming and minigames. Okay, so maybe it's more than just a video game collection. I'm thinking of something else, honestly, probably. Next up, we have Skylander Spyro's Adventure. I picked this up just because it's part of the whole Spyro fiasco thing, but I don't actually have the pieces to play this, so I couldn't actually play this. But someday I'll get the pieces and I'll be able to play it. I'm pretty sure I'll find it mediocre at best, but who knows. Sonic and the Black Knight. Okay, so now we're starting to get into the Sonic games here, and there's not really a lot of good Sonic games on the Wii. Most of them are meh. There's a couple exceptions, but yeah, Sonic and the Black Knight is not one of the better ones. Not from what people are saying, from what I've heard. But this, however, is an exception. Sonic Colors. I've heard this is actually a good one. The fact that it's been LP by Chuck Conroy is probably, testament to how great it is. Because I trust that he knows what games are good, but nevertheless, I haven't tried it myself, so I'll see for myself if it's actually good or not. For me, honestly. I couldn't speak for anyone else. Sonic Unleashed. I actually played this a little bit back when it first came out, 2008. I was never really that big of a Sonic fan. I tried out just for the sake of trying it out, because it was the only other game I had on my Wii at the time, and well, besides Super Smash Bros, obviously. But yeah, I don't really know I didn't really know what to think about at the time, honestly. But it was I guess pretty meh. But who knows? Because I don't remember. Sonic and the Secret Rings. It says Target exclusive and includes an interactive Sonic and Secret Rings comic book DVD from Archie Comics. And the disc is missing. This is a used copy, so it's not surprising, but at least got the game anyways. Whatever. Okay, time for these SpongeBob games. We got all the SpongeBob games on the Wii, so let's get this over with. Creature from the Krusty Krab. Can't play this because the game keeps on crashing at random times. So I'm worried it will eventually brick my console if I play it too much. But yeah, Creature from the Krusty Krab on Wii. Other than that, I don't really have much to say about it because I don't know how to feel about the motion controls, honestly. Next up we have Atlantis SquarePantis. Same issue. I mean, it's made by the same developer, so it's not surprising. So, game also crashes randomly, so I don't feel like I can't play the Wii version that much. But otherwise, so far, from what I played, it's okay. SpongeBob SquarePants featuring Nicktoons Globs of Doom. Haven't played this much yet. Who is made by? Incinerator Studios. Okay, so maybe this won't have the same issues as the other ones have so far. Who knows? Now, once again, these are by the SpongeBob games are arranged by release date, not alphabetically. So that's why the order might seem kind of weird. Next up, we have Truth or Square. This one, I'm planning on possibly doing a blind Let's Play of it. I heard it's as good as Battle for Bikini Bomb, but I don't know for sure. I've heard conflicting things about it, so I don't know what to think of it. I did play it briefly, like during a live stream several years ago, and I can't remember what I said about it then, because I don't know if I even still have the live stream anymore. I don't even remember what platform it did on. I think it was a Ustream or something. Anyways, let's just start a new pile here. Okay. Next up we have SpongeBob's Boating Bash, released in 2010. A SpongeBob Destruction Derby, basically. This one was made by Impulse Games. Next up we have SpongeBob Squiggle Pants. This uses the uDraw tablet, which I also happen to have. I don't have it on me, but I'm sure you... what the heck, I'll go get it just to show you. So this is the uDraw tablet. Use it to play SpongeBob Squiggle Pants, as well as various other Wii games made for, as well as, well, it's not just for I mean, this is the Wii version of the uDraw tablet, but I think they made it on for the other 7th gen consoles as well, so. But yeah. That's that. And finally, the last SpongeBob game on the Wii, and probably the worst. It is definitely the worst out of all the ones I played. Plankton's Robotic Revenge. So this came out in 2013. It was released on both the Wii and the Wii U. And no matter what platform you play this on, this game still sucks. It's boring and repetitive as all heck. As all get out. But this game that's not... But one game that's not boring as all heck is Super Mario Galaxy. Yep. One of the best known titles on the system. Actually, this is pretty much the hot seller of the... Well, I mean, behind Mario Kart Wii, I believe this is one of the run-ups for the best sellers on the system. Either way, it's a freaking awesome game. But, in my honest opinion, not as awesome as its sequel, Super Mario Galaxy 2, which should have been on Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Sorry to be all about that, but yeah. I am still mad about it to this very day. But, yeah, Super Mario Galaxy, obviously I did Let's Play the original one a few years back, and had a lot of fun with it, with the whole voice acting thing especially. And Super Mario Galaxy 2 is definitely on the way. Let's Play of it is on the way. It's not gonna be my next set of Let's Plays, but it is in the near future, so get excited for it, because I certainly am. Next up we have Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. This is one of the more infamous games on the system, specifically because of the awful minigames on it. That's what everyone's saying about it, obviously. Yeah, it says, grab your friends and go bananas with 50 exciting party games using the new Wii emote. Oh joy, that sounds so exciting. Okay, next up we have Super Monkey Ball Step and Roll. So, no one really talks about this game as much, so not really sure what to think of it. Next up we have Super Paper Mario. One of the better games of the series, basically, behind Thousand Year Door. Honestly, I'd actually probably put this ahead of the original Paper Mario. Just behind Thousand Year Door, honestly. But either way, it's a freaking awesome game. It's more of an action adventure game than an RPG, but still a lot of fun. And it's also a lot of fun. It's Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I know a lot of people hate this, mainly people who prefer Super Smash Bros. Melee. But in terms of content, there's a lot more to this game, and I honestly like the adventure mode a lot. It's actually... The adventure mode in this is very special because it was originally my very first Let's Play until I relabeled Luigi's Mansion as my first Let's Play. But this was my second Let's Play ever. And Super Smash Bros. Brawl is also very important to me, as it was... I specifically remember 2009, the month after I got my Wii and Wii Sports to go along with it, for almost an entire month after I got this, Wii Sports was the only game I could play, and I played it quite a bit because it was very exciting because it was a new system and whatnot. And up to that point, I only had my GameCube, but it was still very exciting. But I quickly got bored of it, and especially bored of it when my mom told me that she had ordered Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and it was on the way. I remember I remember all the hours I spent sitting on the stairs at her house waiting for Super Smash Bros. Brawl to arrive, the days leading up to when we finally got it in June of 2009. Like, that's my most memorable moments of 2009 was waiting for this game to arrive. And when it finally did, I put so much time into this game, like 16 hours a day whenever I was at her house. I put 16 hours a day into this game for the first few weeks I owned it because I loved it so much. Just so many fond memories of this one that I cannot hate it, honestly. It's a fantastic game. Regardless of what those, what you call them, the elitists or whatever, say about it. I think it's freaking awesome, but that's just my opinion, so. Next up we have Surf's Up. one of the last games I had on the GameCube, and it was also on the Wii, obviously, because of being 2007. So, again, not much to say about it. Haven't played it yet. Same goes for this one, but the title still irks me every single time. Tak and the Guardians of Gross. Like, seriously, what the hell were they thinking with that title? I know I said this on the PS2 collection, but still. Ooh, we got Thrillville Off the Rails. Now, Thrillville is kind of similar to Roller Coaster Tycoon, basically. It's a park-owning simulator. So, but there's a lot more mini-games and whatnot to it, basically, so... I know Corsair Joe played these games a lot growing up, but I haven't yet, so don't know what to think about them. As I say with a lot of games, including this one, Toy Story 3. From what I've heard, this is actually a pretty decent licensed game. So next up we have WALL-E. You can tell I'm actually in a hurry here because we're getting towards the end here, and this is going on for 40 minutes. So I'm getting kind of tired, but yeah, WALL-E, fantastic movie. Don't know much about the game, so moving on. We're almost done here on the home stretch. We have We Love Golf. Did multiplayer madness of this back in 2018 with the We Play gang. It's one of the last multiplayer madnesses we ever did. And I wasn't a big fan of the controls at the time. And I still don't know how I feel about it, but might give it a better try in the future, basically. So I can have better process my thoughts on it, basically. Next up, we have Wii Ski. I just love that title because of the fact that, first of all, it's kind of similar to the Wii line of games, which actually spell the console, like the console is, but they're made by Namco, and they're supposed to be similar to the Wii line of games, but they're not because they can't title them the same way because of copyright issues or copyright concerns, I think. But yeah, I heard that one's actually pretty good. Next up, we have Wii Play, a very mediocre minigame collection, basically. That's the whole reason people bought this is that it came with a free Wii remote, basically. So that alone makes it worth it, just to have a game with a free Wii remote, but still, it's pretty mid on its own. Wipeout 3, another multiplayer madness we did recently, but yeah, otherwise not much to say about it. And finally, the last game on the Wii, but also certainly not least, we have Xenoblade Chronicles. Of course, now I have the definitive edition on the Switch, but nevertheless, this is one of the best games on the Wii. It's one of the best JRPGs on it. And the funny thing is about this copy is that it's a Saudi Arabia version, basically. You see right there. Although I think it's possible I might say that on all the copies, but I don't know. It's got the ESRB rating on it, so it's NTSC, and it does work on my Wii, but still. Local resellers, yeah, Singapore, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, United Emirates, UAE, basically. So, a Middle Eastern copy of the game for whatever reason. I don't know. Either way, as long as it plays on my system, it doesn't matter to me. It says copyright 2015 as well, which is interesting. The game came out in 2010, was released came to America in 2012, so yeah, it's just kind of a weird copy of the game, I guess. But either way, that's my entire collection of Wii games. We're up to 42 minutes here. I need to end this, and I will see you guys next time for my next vlog, which could be wild because of how long this video turned out to be, and I don't even know how long it's going to take for me to get this video out to you, but either way, thanks so much for sticking around for this entire video. If you did, you are awesome, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Oh wait, except we're not done with this video because I totally forgot about next to Metroid Prime Trilogy, the most valuable addition to my collection, that is Super Mario All-Stars 25th Anniversary Edition. I originally had just the Nintendo Selects version, which came out after the fact and didn't have any of the special bells and whistles that came with it. It was literally just Super Mario All-Stars on a Wii disc. But with this set, you at least have all this extra paperwork, or not paperwork, but artwork and all this other, and the soundtrack CD and whatnot, all that stuff. You at least have that with all this stuff. It's a lot more valuable. I just need that Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, this is the last game in my collection. So that puts us at a total of, I believe it's 80 or 81 Wii games. So only two or one behind my PS2 collection. So my Wii collection is almost my biggest next to the PS2 collection. So yeah, join us next time for a much smaller collection, just like the PS4 collection, but maybe not as small, but just smaller. So for reals this time, see you guys later. Bye.